Hello everyone. So today I'll be teaching you how to make a virtual assistant just like Alexa or a Google Assistant. It'll be completely voice commanded. You can control it with your voice and it'll do the actions as per you tell it to do. So let's get started. This whole program will be in Python. I'll be using Python 3.9 and the IDE will be PyCharm. So if you all don't have Python, I suggest you to get Python installed. And if you all want to use any other IDE, it's completely fine. You all can use anything you all want to. But I like PyCharm, so I'll use PyCharm. Then it goes with you all, which one you all want to use. So let's get started. So I'll open PyCharm. When you open PyCharm, this is the first thing that you're going to see, something like this. So what you have to do, you'll have to click on New Project. Now for this program that we are going to create, you need to create a new virtual environment. Please do not make this Python file in the Python 3.9 environment itself. It'll be very, it's going to mess up everything. Further, when you create more programs, it's going to ruin all of that. It's going to clash a lot with the other, what do you say, imports, the other libraries when you install. So keeping it in a different virtual environment will help you keep it much cleaner and easier. So then this will be the location of where you want your Python file. So since I want it in this folder, I'll copy paste the path right here. So I've got the path here where I want the Python file. Now I'm configuring my Python interpreter as a new virtual environment. Okay. So here we have Python interpreter, new virtual environment, create new virtual environment. Now the location for this, keep it as the same as your Python file. Okay. This is my file path. This is my file path, which is exactly same. So I'll go with it. Okay, fine. Please do not click previously configured interpreter. It will most probably take the Python 3.9, the main environment that it has, and it will create unnecessary problems. So stick with the new virtual environment. Now the tick the create dot main py, create a main dot py welcome script. Tick that and hit on create. So as you'll see here, yes, after we hit create, we don't have any Python file here. We'll get that done. So this is the whole, virtual environment which is configured. Let's come back to the folder. This was the folder. See here the Python environment, virtual environment has been configured, the new virtual environment. So now what we need to do, we need to create a Python file on which we can work. So to do that, let me close all this. Yep, sorry. Yeah, this is my file path where I want my Python file. I'll right click that, create new Python file. I'll name a Python file whatever I wanted to name, maybe just XYZ, and I'll hit enter. The Python file type is selected. Keeping that selected, I'll hit enter. So there you go. Now we have a Python file which has been created. Let's check the folder. See here, a Python file named XYZ has been created. Cool. So now let's close this. Just click on project. This whole thing gets closed. Now we can work peacefully here. So to start with this project, we have many imports to do. Okay. So to start this project, we have many imports to be done. I'll tell you one by one which are the libraries that need to be downloaded and installed, how they can be downloaded and installed. I'll tell you everything one by one in detail. So first of all, let's start with the libraries which we need. So then now the first one we need is speech recognition. So what are we going to do? We are going to type import. It's speech recognition as SR. So now what is this as SR? We are writing an alias. Okay, what is an alias? It's like a short form. Now we're now going to write, we've imported the module named speech recognition. Now we don't want to write the whole, word speech recognition dot whatever parameter or attribute we need in the further code. So we'll just need to write sr dot whatever parameter or attribute we need instead of writing the whole speech recognition. So this is known as alias. So we are importing a big file, big library, and setting it as a small name in our program. So speech recognition as SR. So we have imported this speech recognition as SR, but we have not downloaded or installed it. So for that, what do we need to do? Now we'll install the Python speech recognition package. So what are we going to do? We are going to type pip, okay, and type speech recognition. Okay, so see here, we have typed speech recognition pip. Now the link that we get here, speech recognition.pypi. Just click on that. You get that here. Pip install speech recognition. This is the line we need to copy. Just click on copy to clipboard. Open your file. Now what I've done here, this is the file, right? We need to click on terminal. This is what opens. Just paste it here and hit enter. There you go. Collected, installed, successfully installed. Speech recognition installed. So let's just install it. Yep, it's done. Run. See no errors. That means it has been installed correctly. So this is the method to install your libraries in Python files. Let's import some other important libraries now. Import play sound from GTTS. Import GTTS. Now what is GTTS? GTTS stands for Google Text to Speech. Okay, then import yeah. So next we need to import a file called pyttsx3. Import pyttsx3. This stands for Python text to speech version number 3. Then we need to install import pyaudio. Okay. Then we have something called datetime. Import datetime. I think it's already there. We don't need to import it, but just do it. It doesn't make a difference. Yep. So for now, this much is fine. Now what all we have imported right here? Play sound, GTTS, pyttsx3, play sound, play audio. Sorry. So we need to install all of these, right? So we'll have to follow the same method. Just do pip and the library name. So pip play sound is what I'll type right now. See, you get that right here. Pip play sound, copy, come to your Python file, terminal, and paste it right here, enter. Yep, successfully installed. That is done. Let's come to GTTS. GTTS. We have that here again. Copy, come to your terminal, paste, enter. That is also successfully installed, which is great. Now we come to the next one is pyttsx3. pyttsx3. Again, copy, paste, enter. Then we come to something called PyAudio. Now this specific library has a very complicated installation. I'll tell you how to do that. So let's skip that for now. And datetime is already installed. We don't need to install it externally, so that's fine. So for the PyAudio, it's you need to download a specific file which I already have on my local machine. I'll share that file with you all. So you need to download that specific file. After downloading that, we need to paste that in a configured interpreter. After pasting that, we need to come to the CMD and install it there. So I'll tell you how to do that. So let me come to the PyAudio file that I have right now with me. See, as you can see here, this is the PyAudio. This is the file that I have with me right now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to copy, just paste it for now in my current Python working folder where I'm working right now. Paste it there for now. Open my Python file. Okay. Just hover your mouse on the bottom right of your screen where you see Python 3.9, you will see the whole path of the configured interpreter. So you have it in this path in YouTube. Sorry, let's go on. So we have it in YouTube, scripts, Python exe. So you have to paste our PyAudio file in the scripts folder. So I'll show you how it is done. Here, this is my file. Copy that, come to scripts, just paste it here. See here, it's pasted here. That is done. Now what we need to do, we need to open a Windows command prompt. So what I'll do, Windows R, type cmd, enter. We've come here. Now we need to change the file path to our location right now in the D drive where we are in the YouTube scripts. So I'll hit change the path, cd, copy this path and paste it here. There you go. Now I'm inside this. Now what you need to do, we need to type pip install, just type py audio and press the tab button. You'll get the whole name, hit enter. There you go. Now as you can see, it's so easily it has been installed, successfully installed PyAudio. Done, that's it. You've installed PyAudio right now. Now how to check whether everything has been installed or not? Just wait till this. Okay, it's installed. Just run. See, there are zero errors. Completely everything has been installed very smoothly, beautifully. So this part has been done. So now we have installed all the libraries that we need for this program, at least the beginning part. Now we'll start actually coding a little bit and seeing how we'll make the program listen to our voice. So it'll listen, understand, translate it to text, and tell us that what have we said actually. Okay, so let's start. So first what we need to do, we need to actually set some parameters. So just type is engine is equal to pyttsx3. Sorry. So pyttsx3 dot init init sap sappy5. Okay. Then we need to type is voices is equal to engine dot property. Sorry, engine dot get property. After get property, we need to type is again voices. Then we'll type print voices, print voices one dot id. Now we'll come to engine dot set property, engine dot set property. Engine dot set property is equal to, then we'll set it to rate. We can change the value of the rate to whatever number we want to. That will be the speed of what the assistant. Okay, so we have written this much. Now next what we need to write is we need to create on the function called def def speak. This will be the function which will be calling for the assistant to speak to us. Then we'll set to engine dot say audio, engine dot, what am I doing, run and wait. Okay, now we'll set to a variable to the number 1, create another function. We'll create another function called the get audio function. This will be the function which will be Okay, so this will be the function which is going to, listen to what we speak and translate it to the text. So we'll again, we'll set our object equal to sr dot recognizer. Then we'll set audio equal to an empty. Then with sr dot microphone as, sorry, as source. Just, for a little beauty, keep an empty printed line here. Then we'll say print listening. Now we are telling the program to print this is because when the assistant will switch on its microphone to listen to us, we will not know. So when this listening gets printed on the screen, we can understand, okay, now the microphone has been switched on and the assistant is going to listen to us right now. So we'll again set our object dot listen source, comma. This is a very important attribute right here. This took me, around a month to find out. This whole program was not working because of this one attribute. So y'all are pretty lucky, y'all are getting it right now. Then we'll set a variable called text, which will, text, which will have the whole audio which it has heard to translate to text, and it will store it in a variable called text. This is what we'll be printing. We'll be saying our object dot recognize. Now this recognize is for is done through the Google, engine. This Google engine is going to help us recognize the audio, whatever we have spoken to it. We'll set the language to EN, that is English and US. Now we'll say print you said, comma. Now we're going to do str dot capitalize text. So this is for the first letter of the whole string that's going to get printed will be capitalized. Again, print an empty, line, white space, return. What am I typing? Return text. Okay. Now this is a try and exception that we are trying here. Except print again an empty one. Now, if the audio is not clear, if it is not understanding, if it is not able to translate what it has been given to translate, what it will do, it will go to this exception and it will run the line of this exception that it has. That will be print could not understand you. You can put your name, you can put sir, you can put ma'am, you can put anything you wish to. So I'll just type XYZ. Please try again. So mild request. So it will print that. And now here itself we are calling the, what do you say, function that we created before speak in this itself. So it will even speak and tell you that now in this function is very important in the speak function, that just like a print function in the Python program, the speak function, if you type any string you want to within the, you know, within this, I don't know what it's called. So then whatever you type in that is going to say it just the way in English itself. So why am I typing it? Just copy, paste it exactly. So this is also done, and we'll just print another empty white space and return 0. Done. Okay, let's just run and check this, what happens. Okay, we didn't call the function, right? Exactly. So what we'll do, get audio, speak, Okay, this will come under this. Hello, hello assistant, can you hear me? Am I clear? See, hello, hello assistant, can you? Okay, I wasn't very clear for the assistant to understand. The Google, text to speech is not very accurate. You need to be quite clear in what you speak. That's how it's going to understand. So we'll just try again. Hello assistant. Hello, hello. See this. So this is it's clear. I'll just try something else. Good morning, assistant. How are you this morning? See, this is pretty clear. And for some reason, even Hindi works in this. I don't know why. So, oh bhai, kaisa hai tu? See this. It prints even in Hindi. How great is that? So this is how we've made our assistant, which understands to what we speak. Now we need to teach it that what to do when you understand something that we say. Okay. So
Could not understand UXYZ. Please try again.
So just as you saw here, I purposely didn't say anything because I wanted to test whether the exception part is working, and yes, it is working. So we even tested the speak function that we created here, just like I told you. Whatever you type in the speak, you call the speak function, you type anything in it, you pass any string in it, it's going to speak exactly the same thing whatever you type in it. So we're going to work a lot on this whole assistant regarding just these two main functions where get audio and speak. It's just going to be these two things. Now this XYZ sounds very weird. That's why I'm going to please put my name. Hope no one minds. Y'all can change it anytime you all wanted to. Whatever your respective names are. Cool. Now the best part about this assistant or the uh, Google, what provides us voices are, it's got two different voices. One is the female voice and one is the male voice. So right now we listen to the female voice. Let's check out the male voice. So this it's basically it's got two voices. That's why it's saying engine.set property voices. In that when we type number one, it comes the female voice. When we give it the number zero, it'll give us the male voice. And the sprint voices ID is what this line is. This line you see here, the female voice, the female assistant's name is Zira. Now let's see the male voice assistant's name. Hello, how are you? So this assistant's name is David. Okay, I wasn't clear enough. So, that's how this works. So this guy's name is David. Let's check what he's got to say.
Could not understand you, Brian. Please try again.
So this is what the male voice is. We even saw the female voice. You want to play with the voice rate, we can even do that.
Could not understand you, Brian. Please try again.
So just as you saw, when we increase the number, the speed or the voice rate as well increases of the assistant who will be speaking, either the male or the female, as per your wish, whoever you would want to keep it. Now this line print this voice is not very necessary. You can put it to whatever you all want to. If you all want, you all can just comment out this line. Sorry. And just type print, since the male voice's name is David, you can print David this way.
Could not understand you, Brian. Please try again.
So You can just do it that way, it won't make a difference. It's the same thing. So we're done with this part as well.